Black Sherif say playing more Ghanaian music be the step in the right direction. They know Niger people can't take the thing personal. They talk say why he's leading a campaign to ban foreign music.
Ban Nigerian music.
So make them cancel them. How? How? This is Sauce and Pepper.
Play Ghana. Play Ghana. Play Ghana. Play Ghana. Play Ghana. Play Ghana.
Blessings to everybody. You see, with me, everything I say is brief and short and heartfelt. You know, this is not a blame game. We are not blaming DJs, we are not blaming artists, we are not blaming consumers. It's a step in the right direction for us all and our music and our culture. So play Ghana. Blessings.
So on Thursday, the Ministry of Arts and Culture held a presser. And this presser is to promote a campaign called Play Ghana, where we would have more Ghanaian music being played in our clubs, events, and all of that, and also to promote local content. So people like Samini came to speak, and Black Sherif also came to speak. And what? Yes, there was exactly. And now it looks like people are attacking Black Sherif because they say, and if you watch the video, what he said, he didn't really say that they should ban foreign music. Even though they said foreign music, Nigerians are taking it personal. For me.
But there was nobody said ban foreign. They said like they should limit the
percentage play.
Exactly.
So first of all, why are the Nigerians taking this personal? Because they said foreign music.
I think that when the Spotify or the streaming platforms rankings came out, even in terms of music listenership in Ghana, the Nigerians still were topping the charts. That didn't make a lot of sense to music enthusiasts or people in the music industry in Ghana to think that locally we are listening to more Nigerian music than Ghanaian music. Okay, so that goes to tell you the amount of Nigerian music we listen to. So if you are going to restrict all of this airplay or all of this patronage for Nigerian music into a 20% restriction, then of course they are going to be up in arms because they know that they are the majority stakeholders and they are the biggest, they are the people who are going to bear the biggest brand if such advocacy or in future legislation is passed. So it makes sense. But my question is, why should they take it personal? Right. That's the point. It's like you having a wife and then you have a side chick. And we like side chicks on this show. Can't you think of it? It's like, please, side chicks, listen to us more. We have your best interest at heart. So it's like you have a wife.
Hello.
You have a wife and then you have a side chick. And then the side chick now has a serious relationship and you are angry. That she's cheating. that she's cheating on you. So that is the Nigerian music industry. Right. And that's how they see the Ghanaian music industry.
We are the side chicks.
We are the side chicks. And now we are getting into committed relationship. And then they are getting pissed. These people, Nigerians, passed a legislation. It was a cultural protectionism legislation way back in 2015. Look, Nigerians are fond of protecting their market against everybody else. Before the music industry protectionism thing happened in Nigeria, Nigeria had like 22 items. Like the same legislation we want to pass in our trade ministry or in trade industry to restrict the importation of some goods. They had an outright ban on 22 to 25 items, and it didn't matter whether the products were coming from the ECOWAS market or not. They were protecting their market because they feel their market is big and it's big enough for Nigerian businesses, Nigerian musicians, and everybody wants a piece of that cake. So they are protecting it for themselves. It's like they feel that they are the only ones who have the right to protect their market and nobody else can do that. And for me, that's too much effrontery and impudence, seriously. The basic law of diplomacy, how we treat each other, country to country, person to person, is reciprocity.
Right.
You do me, I have the right to do you. That's diplomacy. So they have no right. Now they are coming to say, oh, now we are opening up a bay. We are supporting one of your artists or two of your. Please give me a break. Protectionism was part of why they got where they got to with their so-called superior product. You get my point? Now they are in a better position to hand out pittance. They are in a better position, having raised musicians like Burna Boy to say, oh, we are taking someone like Black Sherif under our arms and we are doing Ghana favors. It started from a point. Started from them taking. So we are also going through our development to build our industry, and this is one of the bold decisions we are taking. So please, they did it. We are doing it. Look, taste of your own medicine.
The first thing I want people to understand is this 80% and 20% is airplay. It's on radio. It's on as a pubs, right? The radios, the public places. It has nothing to do with online stream, because nobody can control what you stream online, right? So, of course, there would be some advantages and disadvantages. I personally think that we can actually get good Ghanaian music to be played 80% of the time on radio, because we do it in March. Magically, this country in March every year, we are able to play Ghana 100%. It's not even 80%. We play Ghana 100%. So we are in the position to do. We have good music, of course. We have good music, and we have some learnings to do. Of course, no one is saying we are perfect, but we have some learnings to do. But I just sat there and the realization just hit me. Like, wait a minute. When I sit in a car, every match in this country, we play Ghana.
Okay.
My first point was just against the impudence of Nigerians. I just like fairness. And you see, Nigerians can always say that, oh, they relaxed their position on their cultural protectionism because now they are accommodating, especially Ghanaian music and other music. But the legislation hasn't changed. So anytime they need to enforce it, towards their interest or in their interest, the legislation is still there. They haven't repealed the legislation or, softened it. So we still have the right to do what we have to do. So that's my point. But there are so many other argumentative angles I have to this. The first one, are we prepared or not? That is why I feel we are very lazy as Ghanaians. When we have to take critical decisions. Ghanaians don't like data. Ghanaians don't value data. Ghanaians don't record stuff. And so it makes decision making difficult. If I was going to even advocate and lead to legislation for an 80 to 20 airplay, whatever, I would be looking at the figures in the sense that what is the total economic value of the so-called music industry that we have in Ghana here? One, how much of this value is controlled by Ghanaian artists and Ghanaian music players, right? How much of this value goes to foreign music players, and how much of it even goes to the biggest influx, which is Nigerians? So if through protectionism we take what goes to the foreigners and we add it to what Ghanaians get, is this sufficient enough? Is it a big value pool enough for us to grow the industry? That is question number one. Question number two, in case there's retaliation we suffer retaliation because of this legislation. How much will we lose by the music business we do in the Nigerian market? Is it more than what we do in the Ghanaian market? If it is more than, nobody tell you that this was like Putin and Ukraine. Nobody tell you that, please go and sit somewhere and not do this, right? So that's why I said it's reciprocity. When you take this decision, you should be ready that there'll be it will be reciprocated. So is it in our best interest to grow out of Ghana than to grow in Ghana? Because going out of Ghana is that you are entering the South African market. You are entering the Kenyan market. Mind you, the Ghanaian market is not as big as the Nigerian market. Nigeria can protect their market and still have enough to build. Actually, for them, protecting their market is good. Is a good move in building their industry. Perhaps our market is not. So if you get retaliation from other places, Stone Boy, Sarkodie, Samini, Shatawale, Black, they are stuck here. Is our music economy big enough to sustain them? So that is why are we ready? Answering your question, are we ready to do that? Nobody is throwing these figures out. Nobody is answering these questions.
But,
so I don't know.
I think to answer your first question, the revenue stream, right? Part of it. So the airplay part for the Ghanaian music is an indirect revenue stream. I don't know how Gamro makes its money, because there's not enough money. There's not enough money there, right? So if the airplay, because when DJs play Burna Boy song in Ghana, Gamro does not take money for Burna Boy, do they?
They do. Now they have a shared rights management regulation system across the world actually.
Okay, so then
you collect Kojo royalties in US for me, and I collect Shaggy's for you in Nigeria, in Ghana.
Right.
So they do that.
Okay, so then the revenue part is a very important question, because we are just 30 million and we are like a state, actually. We are actually a state in Nigeria, and they are about they are more than us. So we have to actually do the statistics well and see the retaliation part. What if South Africa says, okay, then we're also going to protect our music?
The law.
Nigeria says
they already have the law. South Africa has had the legislation since '97. We are late to the legislation party. My only point, they choose how they enforce it.
And
so
I think now in the global world, where people are list, like personally, I have my Spotify account. I choose my music, right? The DJ's influence on my music is only when I'm sitting in a car and I'm listening to radio, or I go to a pub on a Friday, chilling out with my friends. I'm saying that they don't control my airplay, but they influence my playlist, what I go, because when I go there and I sit at that pub and I listen to that music, I'm always on Shazam, or I'm taking a note, trying to fix. Sometimes actually forget the song, and then I remember a line in the song, and I go online, I'm trying to recollect to get the song. So the DJ's point saying they don't really influence us, it's actually not true. They can influence the song I hear for the first time. It grows on me on a second time, the third time. It's been added to my playlist. Then the next time when Spotify rap comes, there will be at least 6 Ghanaian songs in the top 10 because a DJ continuously played Ken Promise's song, and it was influencing people's behavior, and they were streaming it based on the airplay the person heard on radio, on TV, or at the pub. I think the 80-20 is great, but for our market, maybe we have to reduce the percentage because 80 is huge for us. Like 80 is like really big. We can do it, but if the other people also retaliate, then we are in trouble.
So, and this was Shatawale's reaction towards the whole Play Ghana campaign. I just woke up to tell you can't fight foreign music. Their 10% music will overshadow the whole Ghana. Country with so much jealousy when it's not them on the front line. You see how poverty they worry your artists with nonsense suggestions. It is poverty, my guy.
Is it out of poverty that made Shatta Wale sit behind a PC, a camera 2 years ago and address a nation and say, I am calling on industry players to limit the he even called on exact percentage, 80-20 percentage play. Was it out of poverty?
He was in a presidential suit.
So see, the man, truth be told, if he is not the one leading it, and Samini came to call him out, if it's not Shatta Wale that said, let's do it, it is not good enough. That's just what I see. Because you made this call 2 years ago. Yes, we all agree that this call could have happened 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even when you said it, 1 year ago. But the call does not become less important because it was 2 years behind or it's 5 years behind. So if you said something 2 years ago and it was not done, if I am, and of course I'm not Shatta Wale, but if I was and I woke up in the morning and I hear that, I'm like, maybe now you guys wake up. Something where I talked 2 years ago, do you get it? Yes, like that would have even made us even say, okay, finally, Shatta Wale has said something and we are taking on it. But when you come and tell us that it won't work, what data did he use 2 years ago to think it will work?
So you believe because he wasn't called,
of
that's
course.
why he's ranting?
You see, PR. Please. All these things are PR.
Please.
You know that this is you have an idea of the type of person he is. He has voice and some influence. Yeah. So you find a way of getting him in the into the campaign. So that one they did wrong. Because once he starts throwing red herrings, he's distracting from the focus and from the advocacy.
And he is
so
big.
The effect,
exactly.
So that was a miscalculation.
Right.
The second thing is, why was Black Sheriff there? That's another question. Because I agree that people who have said that.
Well, some people believe
very vulnerable now.
There's someone who believes that Black Sheriff was there because of Small God, given his influence in the space.
But that still doesn't avoid the travesty is too strong. The juvenile mistake that was done.
Okay.
Because his brand is his brand is very fragile now, in the point that it is young and it is growing.
And aside that, his fans are very international.
He blew up
this.
He blew up in the international market.
Exactly.
So not every personality fits a context.
Okay.
He might be in a universal set of Ghanaian music, but then he doesn't fit the context. Maybe he is getting the biggest airplay in someone's 20% in another country, which is huge for him. So he should not be seen. That's why he's getting all the stray bullets and all of that. But
really, what he said, right? Me, I bring it back to Nigerians are like that. Like I took a screenshot of someone's comment. I said, this is South African. He says, this Nigerian and Ghana relationship is extremely toxic. Because she is South African and Amapiano is being played in Ghana and Afrobeat is being played in South Africa as well. And they don't see a problem with us calling for play our local because that's what they're also trying to do. They're also trying to build their own.
So
why is it that the Nigerians have taken it personal? Then should everybody be taking it personal? The industry would collapse. Do you get it?
Right,
it's just a toxic relationship.
So I just feel, to be fair, there are some Nigerians who have also come out to defend that, oh no, we shouldn't go this way because it is only patriotic that one will call for their own music.
When they call for their own, we also bash them.
People like Black Bones have mentioned that. Adesopo, I don't know if I'm getting the
but you see, we've been criticizing this 80-20 thing. Nigeria, for us in the sub-region, Nigeria opened our eyes to the need for that, seriously. Because they did it and it worked for them and they built from it. So it becomes a reference point and everybody would like to follow suit. So that's why they don't have the right to basically feel hard done by our decisions. So that's clear. I think that, look, maybe we should start looking at the music industry as an African thing more than just than
Ghana.
just a local thing.
Okay.
You get my point? Because until Amapiano came in, until Afrobeats came in, we were listening to Asha, Mariah Carey, and the
But
rest.
to be fair, I don't think we listen to the US that much
Anymore. That's what I'm saying.
In Africa.
So now we
think
have
Africa
embraced
has,
and we are doing music business with each other more.
Yeah.
So we are all benefiting now.
Yeah.
You see,
Thanks to
maybe the need is the cultural part. Culture is my music, my art, my language, and stuff, food and all of that, and I need to protect so I don't lose it. That's where some protectionism will come. So maybe the 80, as she said, the 80 and the 20 is too drastic. Maybe you can do like 50% Ghanaian, 40% African,
and then
10% Western.
You get it, Western.
Then it will make sense.
That makes sense.
But to be fair, the culture part, you see, the reason why the creative ministry started, like, picked up this plague and I think they've sat down to realize that, and this is what the president's daughter, I've forgotten her role.
John Chroma.
The hero, I've forgotten her role.
She
says like,
Creative Arts
Council.
she said, when it comes to December, fashion is pushed, Africa, Ghana. Food, Africa, Ghana. Like plays, Africa, Ghana. But music is lost there. Like, we don't do it. Because when you go to Mood, if you go to if you go to Honeysuckle, if you go, in fact, when we even do a karaoke cry, we are doing karaoke on a Nigerian song that we don't even understand. Can you imagine? We are
closer to Nigeria than the rest because they speak pidgin mainly.
No, but like when, like now, you know, now Nigerians, like look at how the Netflix movies we've been watching. They intentionally put Yoruba in the movie, so we can't even understand.
I don't really have a problem.
None of us have a problem
culture because I think that we are closer to Nigerian culture as Ghanaians. The Ghanaian culture and Nigerian culture have too much in common than even things that are amiss, things that are not common. Some of our languages, like Ghana and Yoruba are cousins, sort of, and then Ewe and either the Igbo and the rest have a connection as well. So we are closer than we think. So I think that the protectionism must have
when they were doing their protectionism, they didn't think about
that
us.
They make a mistake doesn't mean that you should
I really think that they should let us do our thing. If we decide, if a legislation is passed, whatever, LI is passed, and we start it, and we come back and we say we don't want to do it again, it is us. It's our call to make. They can't be telling us that we shouldn't do it or why are we doing that. We are cancelling your artists, and then they pick out Black Sheriff because they think it is Burna Boy that has blown Black Sheriff out. So then he's the target. And unfortunately, he has lots of international appeal. So then they are using him as a target. And me personally, I think it's going to happen. See, no single person controls anybody's career. That's true. If today, Wendy Cole's song Umbrella, Wendy Cole, did you think Wendy Cole will still blow again? It's blowing. Massa.
You know, for a campaign like this to be initiated, it leaves one to believe that there is a deficiency in demand. So what is causing this deficiency in demand and how can we rectify that?
This call is seen as an emotional one, and I agree. Because you just had a bunch of people who stand behind the mic and say, you know what, it's December. This thing, we have been thinking about it for a long time.
We have been saying it. Shatta was saying it 2 years ago.
People play only Nigerian music, even in our own country. And I think what did even help was when the streaming statistics, because they came like last week or so. So because you see, this must be a plan. This must be a part of a well-encompassing plan, which says that where are we starting from? First, let's work on the quality, because you need to work on the product. When you work on the product, then you can decide that, look, let me protect the industry for a while and then give leeway or some leverage to the quality product I have produced. Let people have a taste of it, let people acquire the taste of it, and then later I can now open up the industry as well. Yeah. So if we are only talking about 80-20, then what are we doing about quality? I asked the basic question. Yes, people are listening to more music, Nigerian music. Why? We have to answer that.
Yeah.
People, is it that, so demand and supply, are people exposed to it? Yes, they are exposed to it. You want to tackle the exposure. Okay, when they are exposed to it, why do they enjoy it? Why do they go back to listening to it? There wasn't 80-20 rule. Yeah, there wasn't 80-20 rule in the 90s when Ghanaian music was all we're listening to.
That was all
Nigerians will still bring their music, and it wasn't catching on. Nobody was listening to Raskimono and
Oh no, but Fela's music.
Fela was
one of the few ones.
A few. I think Fela penetrated Ghana more after he died, maybe, or when he was getting the controversy more. Even still, Fela music is not. I won't say it is my parents who like their high life and things will not go. So we won't say that. So there was no 80-20 rule when we were listening to Ghanaian music. There was no 80-20 rule in Nigeria when our music was introduced to them and they liked it in the VIP days, the TikTok days, and all of that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so quality is important. People's taste preference, like listening preferences or taste in music, have changed. The Nigerians seem to have found the elixir or whatever it is that is working. And then some of our people like Kwame Eugene and Kidi jumped on it quickly, and links that's basically pivoted links resurgence with these two people was the Nigerian Afro beat vibe, contemporary high life, and it worked. So we need to go back and look at how we can find that sound that will work for the Ghanaian. Then the third one is the financing and putting record labels together, pushing the marketing, the promotion. The industry people have said that Nigerian producers come to Ghana bag full of money. This Rema has dropped the song. They are going everywhere sharing money and people are playing the songs. You know, so it's not only about...
You need a strong machinery
to put it together. If government is really concerned, government should make the money available. You know, for us to do that. There's no better cultural promotion than financing culture. Finance it. Yeah. You get my point?
So I don't agree that it is quality that we are lacking entirely.
No, I'm not saying we are lacking. I'm saying that we should pay particular attention to it. See, I'm able to mention Kim Promise, Kwame Eugene, and all that because they are the ones who have been able to produce a certain standard of music that the people like. And so they are not suffering the Nigerian whatever, and maybe Black Sheriff. So how can we produce more
of such people? You know, we actually have some really good talent. Like I personally think this 80-20, which I think 80 is too much. We should reduce the percentage. Will help a lot of our underground artists. Like someone like Wallace. The first time I heard a song, I was so impressed with the guy.
Amazing artist.
Yeah, but you don't hear them a lot. They come in and then they disappear.
Are they promoting their
like
songs?
Camido, like this all of this, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any Camido.
If you don't promote your songs, how will
I'm
you
sure
know?
Camido has released some songs, but he's
not been... just really, so is it because we are playing Nigerian music weren't we playing Nigerian music when Sugar Cane Blue?
No, but you see, we are playing a lot of Nigerian music that it's like your new song. If I play 1, 2, and I as a DJ I think it's not catching fire, I won't keep on playing it.
Why should I keep on playing a song that is not catching fire?
Has to grow on
That's
people.
That's where the quality thing is.
The Nigerians are doing payola then, right?
No, please.
It's not the same thing.
Payola.
You're giving bag of money to play your music.
It's like this. Like someone does something good for me. The person doesn't ask me before. But after the person does the thing, I say thank you. The next time I need that thing, he will do double.
That's payola.
That's not payola. I might not even pay the second time. But I've built a relationship.
So that one is what?
It's not payola. That is promotion. Payola is when the DJ says, this thing, I won't play. You have to come and incentivize me. He takes money before he plays.
But what happened to
that
the patriotism of the DJ?
The DJ
is being paid by the station.
The DJ is patriotic to his listeners. And then the DJ works for a station that abides by legislation. So if this thing becomes a legislation and it is enforced, then that DJ's operating space is defined by legislation.
At the moment, there's
none. Then he will play more whatever. And if the only half decent song is what he finds, the one that you say he needs to play over and over again to catch on, then that will happen by force.
I'm not saying
but I'm saying that we should get to a point where the majority of the Ghanaian songs that are dropped don't need to be played over and over and over again.
I don't want to call out anybody's song, but there's this song you and I listened to the first time and we did not like it.
The Odo Kiss Daniel song. He's found a certain way that
his song was played over and over again. That's why you liked it.
He's found a certain way that when he drops the song, dude, it's a hit.
I think we can all agree that most of the songs we like, you didn't listen to it once.
It's just a few. It's just a few that you listen to over and over.
So before we wrap up,
I want the viewers.
Do you have to listen to music
is it
over and
every
over
song
again
that you
before
listen
you
to
like
once
it?
And you know that the song is a hit?
Most of them. Of the hits work like that.
Let's forget TikTok. You know, now we have TikTok that promotes music, and because TikTok is designed.
Minge. Just someone to play over and over again for it.
What song is that? That was just a bit boy dancing to. The reason why that song caught my attention.
It's a full song.
That song caught my attention. It caught my attention because because there was a dance challenge to it on TikTok. And when you are on TikTok, you see a particular song over and over again.
Don't see.
Comedians Monica.
Let me find the word for you, my dear.
It caught my attention.
Let me find the word for you. I'll give the rest of the time to you. Let's be competitive. That is the word. Being competitive means that you don't have more than 2 plays. So even if we restrict it to if Ghana was like the US or Nigeria, where 1,000 songs are dropped every day, DJ doesn't have time.
But you know that Mr. Chris,
even in indigenous market, DJ doesn't have time to play your song
that we are all over the hills about.
Thousands
he doesn't like
every
it.
Day. Which
you
one?
Don't like it, please. Her Renaissance album, you didn't like it.
I still don't like it.
But you see the number of people who like that song.
Taste and preference.
Exactly.
No.
So on that Renaissance note,
not given airplay over and over.
On that,
would have grown on
that
people.
Renaissance note, I will be wrapping up soon. But
so let's conclude what we are saying. So in one word.
Yeah, what I just want to ask finally is that is it a progressive plan that would move the industry as a whole to where we want to see it, and what should be included in these plans if we are to go with that?
I answered that question. I don't know where protectionism falls in that. Seriously, I'm really torn. In today's day and age, for protectionism to succeed, you have to be in communist North Korea. Because music will find you in whatever corner that you are in. Once you're on the internet, you'll find music will find you. So once you're on the internet, music from everywhere will find you. People's culture will be dictated by what they are exposed to on the internet. You can play. See, if what they are playing on radio is rubbish, you know what happened? People will stop listening to radio. So you kill 2 industries with this your policy. So I'm torn where protectionism in today's age fits in this plan. Yeah, I think do your homework. Nigerians did their homework. See, when the video songs were coming, when P Square, when they came back, not the Busybody one, when they came back, when Wandiko, when Charlie, the thing was a whole wave.
Was a wave.
Yeah. Charlie, everywhere.
Don Jazzy.
It doesn't take. It's not 3 musicians standing by a microphone that makes this type of revolution happen. That make this happen. It's from sound. Money, right? It's from even inventing a unique sound. It's about getting proper sound engineers. It's about getting the arts, songwriters. It's a whole movement.
So like they didn't go into like for like a whole 1 or 2 years. They just stopped producing just to work on their sound. And
I think they didn't
were, but it wasn't. They hadn't improved. It was when they improved. That's when they entry in our country.
Yes. When you watch the Afrobeat documentary on, it was a group of people, especially the Nigerian DJs in the UK.
Yeah.
They were bent on finding the Nigerian sound.
Yeah.
That even crowd they were talking about, they found a name. So only one person who just decided, let's call it something, was the group. So in finding the sound, they influenced a core group of artists.
Yeah.
So if you're a sound engineer or producer and you have 10 artists and you are part of that new engineering, all those 10 artists are going to be doing that sound. So that is why you are being hit by different artists at the same time with this thing called Afrobeat. So that's what it takes. We never sit down. Like in Ghana, industry players themselves would not call, like Hammer will not call Apietus and call this person and call this person.
Let's sit down and let's
because you are dealing with 15. You are dealing. Apietus has recorded songs that he can't even count. That's how powerful it is. Hammer is doing. He doesn't do anymore. But Kill Beat is doing. This person. Imagine we all agree on how this thing should sound like. Automatically you have a thing, standards. Yes.
So that would eliminate the chaff.
I think it's easier to do. We just don't. We are not cohesive with our planning.
That is the part that Awale says that I agree with. That, like, and most of the artists say that there's not like unity. Like he says, like it's only in Ghana that people are pundits and they've not done anything. They've not gone to any school, or they don't have any how do we call it expertise to become pundits, right? Like we don't use our people, to be frank, because someone like Reggie Rockstone, that man should be bothered every day because he's experienced 3 different genres of music. He experienced hip hop. He came to do the hip hop. Then when hip life proper, and now Afrobeat. He's in there. He has the knowledge. Hammer has been there. He has the knowledge. Now there is new school way of doing music, which is emoji, baits, and all the. They all have the knowledge. It just takes. Put them together.
Jam Master J's submission on that Afrobeats documentary was blown. So we all agree that Kidi Kwame Eugene Links started a certain wave in response to the Nigerian thing. If we're a country, like a correct country, sound engineers and what will be talking to Links, and then we only have Kwame Eugene and Kidi would have had like a Ghanaian version of contemporary.
But wait, you know how Ghanaians are? We had our sound. You know, we had our sound. Like before TikTok came and dance challenge came, there was only one country that was doing dance and music, which was selling. That was the Azonto sound. And what did we do as usual? We rubbished it and killed it.
This is what they do.
You know, I think if it's about dance and music, we should even take it back to the Terry Bonchaka days.
Terry Bonchaka is different. The reason I'm using the TikTok days, it was a bit fun. This one, there was a particular type of sound that went with a particular type of dance. That went viral.
Azonto was ridiculed. They'll tell you that
and now everybody's doing Azonto. Is everybody not doing Afrobeats today?
Ghanaians.
Is everybody not doing Afrobeats today? Why are we not rubbishing it? Everybody's doing Amapiano in South Africa. We are pushing it.
You know, they were saying, Azonto sounds the same. And everybody,
Amapiano, do you know the difference?
Amapiano is the same.
Yeah, you can't tell the difference. The only difference is the words that you hear. It's the same beat every day.
Crazy. Well, this has been Sauce and Pepper. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Well, whilst you are at it, don't forget to subscribe. Till we come your way again, have an awesome and dirty December. We out.